Okay, we're going to start to construct a regular octagon using perpendicular bisectors and angle bisectors. Now, when we think about a regular octagon, what we mean is 8 congruent sides and 8 135-degree angles. 8 congruent sides and 8 135-degree angles. So, the key is, how do you construct a 135-degree angle? Well, 135 is 90 plus 45. So, we can use the perpendicular bisectors to get us our 90-degree angles. We get our angle bisectors to get us our 45. 90 plus 45 is 135. So this one's going to involve a lot of repetition and just a little bit of a basic idea. Anyway, my side length, what I'm using to start out with, is going to be 20 inches. So you might want to mark yours 20, even if it's not 20 inches, just so that the math agrees. And here's my perpendicular bisector. Now, here's something that I'm going to do, especially on this one, just to keep from cluttering it up. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to make any marks below or outside my octagon. Okay? Now, my first question is, how long is this distance? 10 inches, good, because it's half of that. It's a bisector, right? Now, what's the measure of this angle here? 90. Okay, good. Now, if I want to bisect this angle, I'm going to be cutting it into what? 45 and 45. Does that make sense? Yeah. So what I'm going to do right now is an angle bisector. So my angle bisector works like this. And when I come in this direction, oops, what I have here is a 45-degree angle, which means I've got my first 135-degree angle. Does everybody kind of see that? It's 90 plus 45. Any questions on that one? Okay, so I'm going to shade this part red because it's my first side of my octagon. Okay? So that way it stands out. Now I'm going to go to this and take a look. In order to make sure that I keep my segment, what I do is I make an arc to represent the length of my segment, and then another arc to represent the double length, because we have to bisect it. So we're going to use the double length. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. So then, how long is this right here? 10. So then, of course, this would be 20. Does that make sense? Okay. So from here to here, I'm going to construct another perpendicular bisector. Another perpendicular bisector. And I'm only going to work on the inside of my octagon, so I'm not going to even bother with this out here. I'm just going to do that. So guys, what is the measure of this angle right here? That's not the question. What's the measure of the angle? It's a perpendicular bisector, guys, and I'm showing it to you. What is it? 90.
Oh yeah, cause
yeah. And what's the measure of this angle here? 90. Also 90. So if I bisect this one, I'll be making another 45. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bisect this angle right here. When I bisect this angle, what's the measure of this little angle right here? 45. So now, what's the measure of this larger angle? 135. And to help you see better where we're at, I can shade this now, because now I have two of my sides, two of my 135-degree angles. And what we do is we just keep repeating perpendicular bisector, angle bisector. So again, if this distance is 10, I can measure the 10, I can mark it. If that's 10, then up here would represent 20. Does that make sense? The reason I do the 20, of course, is so that again I can do perpendicular bisector followed by whoops, an angle bisector. So when I do this, it's getting kind of like repetitive. What is the measure of this angle right here? 90. And this one here? 90. So if I bisect this angle, that would be 45, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I construct another angle bisector. With this angle bisector, I can go in this direction. So if this is 45, then I've got myself yet another 135-degree angle. I've got another 10-inch side. And I can keep repeating until I have my full octagon. I really don't think there's much point in demonstrating this over and over again. It's really about creating 135-degree angles and maintaining your side length at whatever it is. So I think it's better that you guys practice, put in some time to get this, and on an individual basis I'll check in with you. Watch the video, watch the process, and repeat the process and you should get it. Thanks.